Welcome to the podcast that refuses to let you live on autopilot. This isn't about motivation quotes or someday plans. It's about real tools, clear decisions, and the strategies that turn intention into momentum. Your presenters are coaches and truth tellers who live this work. They help people break stuck patterns, cut through noise, and build lives that actually move forward. No theory, no fluff, just execution. This is for people done circling the runway, ready to choose growth over comfort, ready to build their best life on purpose. So lean in. Here are your hosts, Christine Baylor-Goodlander and Melanie Olivieri.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. It's Christine from Collaborative Growth Coaching, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about the quiet work of legacy. As most of you know, if you've been listening, my passion surrounds life through death. How you live your life, how you can find joy in life right up until the end. And what I wanted to talk to you about today was legacy. So legacy isn't just what people say about you when you're gone. Okay. Legacy is what continues because you lived. So we're going to explore a little bit on that very simple but powerful question. What are you leaving behind every single day? So when people hear the word legacy, they often think of famous people, historical figures, inventors, leaders, people who've made big changes in the world. But legacy rarely looks like that. Most legacy really happens in ordinary spaces. Excuse me, happens at kitchen tables. It happens in hospital rooms, in quiet conversations in the car, in the moments where someone needed you and you stayed. Legacy is not about scale. It's about impact. So think about someone who helped shape your life. Maybe it was a teacher, a parent, a friend, a coach. They may have not written a book. They may have never stood on a stage. But something that they did changed the way you lived. So now part of them lives in the way you move through the world. And that is legacy. Legacy's influence that keeps traveling long, long after the moment has passed. So people tend to think legacy is a big achievement, but it's really built in those small repeated choices. Pardon me. It's the way you treat people when you're stressed. It's the way you respond when things are falling apart. It's the way you show compassion when someone else is struggling. Those moments shape people more than grand speeches ever could. Now, you might not remember every big event in your life, but you remember the moments when someone believed in you. You remember when someone stood beside you when things were hard. You remember when someone showed you what courage looked like. Legacy lives in those moments. Every day, you are teaching people something. You're teaching them how to handle conflict. You're teaching them how to live, how to love, how to forgive, how to keep going. So the real question is, what are they learning from the way you live? So working with people at the end of life reveals something very profound. When people know that their time is limited, they rarely talk about their accomplishments. They talk about people. They talk about moments. They talk about whether they loved well. They wonder if their children really know how proud they are of them. They wonder if they said, "I love you" enough. They remember the times they chose work over connection. And often they wish they had slowed down long enough to be present. And at the end of life, legacy becomes very clear. It isn't about what we've accumulated. It's about what we gave. And when I say what we gave, I mean our time, our attention, our kindness, our encouragement, our forgiveness. Those are the things that echo. So legacy isn't something that starts with life end. Legacy's happening right now in the way you speak to your partner, in the way you raise your children, in the way you show up for your friends, in the way you support people during their hardest moments. Legacy is also courage to heal. So when you break unhealthy patterns in your family, that's legacy. When you choose growth instead of bitterness, that's legacy. When you help someone find hope again, that is legacy. And the beautiful thing about legacy is you don't have to be perfect. You simply have to be intentional. So if you want to live a meaningful legacy, there's a few powerful questions you want to ask yourself. Not someday, today, right now, ask yourself these questions. What do I want people to feel when they're around me? What values do I want my life to represent? What kind of impact do I want to leave on the people closest to me? And maybe the most important question, if someone were to tell the story of my life, what would they say mattered most to me? Legacy is not a single moment. It's a pattern. And patterns can always be changed. So at its core, legacy is simply love that continues. Love passed forward. The encouragement that you gave to someone who was struggling. The compassion you offered to someone who's in grief. The strength you showed during difficult times. Those things ripple, and they ripple outward, sometimes for generations. You may never see the full reach of your legacy, but it exists in people you encourage, in the lives you touch, in courage that you helped someone else find. So I want to leave you with this thought today. Legacy is not about the end of life. Legacy is about how we live. Every conversation, every relationship, every moment we choose kindness over indifference. We are all leaving something behind. The question isn't if you will leave a legacy. The question is, what kind of legacy are you creating today, right now? Thank you for joining me today. And as always, I look forward to seeing you, hearing your comments, reading them. Know that you can join us on social media. Send us any questions that you want answered, anything that you'd like to talk about. If there's something that you'd like to hear us discuss, we'd be more than happy to hear from you and share that. If you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, send us a message. We'd be happy to chat with you and see how we can make that work. So until the next time, share, like, subscribe. Help us move this forward and share the information with people in the world. And live well, live deeply, love deeply, and remember that the smallest moments often leave the greatest legacy. So keep dwelling in your limitless possibilities, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks. Have a wonderful day.